My name is Amaka. I've recently passed the SQE 1 assessment on my first attempt. I am a foreign qualified lawyer. I got qualified in Nigeria in 2017, got called to the bar as a solicitor and barrister of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. And since moving to the UK in 2022, I have now taken the SQE exam, got admitted as a solicitor of England and Wales, and I've progressed in my career. I'm currently working with the Westmoreland and Furness Council as a lawyer with Family and Children's Services. Coming into the UK, I had the desire to progress in the legal profession, and I had this passion or desire to cross-qualify, to become a UK qualified solicitor. And I made my research. I discovered that I needed to do the SQE 1 exam and SQE 2 exam, or get an exemption from the SQE 2 exam and then do the SQE 1. So I first had my exemption done, SQE 2 exemption, and then I was faced with the challenge of writing the SQE 1. And I did the exam on first attempt with the QLTS school prep, and I passed. And the need for doing this exam is just to be sure that I am back into the legal profession, which I am now in. I made my research, spoke to previous candidates who have taken this exam, and from the research I made, I discovered that QLTS school offers candidates a structured outline to study for the exam. You don't need to go about looking for different materials when you've subscribed to the QLTS school. So it was all in one package. So it was a one-stop for me. And that's made me go for it, to use this QLTS school. They had a structured package which was effective, and I've heard testimonies of other users who have subscribed to the QLTS. So it made me go for it. Studying with the QLTS school, I found it, it was great. It was challenging for me. It challenged my thoughts. It challenged my desire to learn and pass the exam. And it had well-structured package where I was able to surmount the exam in the long run. So I had access to books. I had access to mock questions. I had summary notes. I also had practice questions, which helped me to understand the exam formats. Okay, so this mock questions, for example, was structured in a way where the subjects were mixed all around, and it had a similar, it mirrored the exam, the SQE 1 exam. So practicing with those questions helped me in the sense that when I went into the exam hall, it was as if I was going through another set of practice questions, because I got used to practicing, I got used to the mock exam, the mock section of the package, and it really helped me in passing the exam. The most beneficial aspect of the QLTS school prep was the practice and mock questions, and the explanatory notes that came out while answering with this mock question. So I'll just give an explanation. So for example, when you use the mock questions and you click an answer, perhaps you got the answer wrong. You have the opportunity to understand why you got the answer wrong and why this other option is right and why all other options are wrong. So this helps candidates to understand the concept behind their answer. So you don't just answer and that is it. So you could get it wrong the first time, come back again and get it wrong again if you don't have those explanatory notes. So those explanatory notes were just thrilling for me. It helped me appreciate the questions, helped me appreciate why they were right and why the other options were wrong. Remember, it's usually the best answer. So it helped me appreciate why a particular option was the best answer. In answering how much time I spent studying for the SQE1 exam, I would start by saying it is very important for everyone to find their style, okay? For me, personally, my study pattern wasn't really structured because of the type of work I was doing while studying. It's in the sense that throughout the day, I was working from 9 o'clock till the evening. So it made my studying during the day minimal. But I tried to ensure that I had a study pattern in the sense that I studied most evenings up to 2 to 3 hours. And I utilized my weekends while studying. And I also study early mornings. Prior to the exam getting very close, it wasn't structured, but 2 to 3 months to the exam, I had a more structured pattern of study. I took out some leaves from work to ensure, that I gave utmost attention to my book. So it wasn't really structured, but I would tell anybody listening to this to find your style, understand what works for you, and utilize it to ensure you pass the exam. Coming to take the SQE1 assessment, I was very confident. I felt prepared, I felt confident in myself, and I knew I was able to do it. God being on my side, because I know there are other factors which could come to affect you: headache, feeling dizzy, tired, exhausted. But in terms of the content of the exam, I was confident. This is because I had a trusted package which I've used for my preparations, and it was more or less for me like going through another set of practice questions. I found myself like, you're doing another practice question, just keep doing it. And I did it and scaled through. Taking the SQE1 exam has helped me in the legal market because currently I've been admitted as a solicitor of England and Wales, and I currently work with the Westmoreland and Furness Council, and this is all because I have done the SQE and I'm now a solicitor. So evidently the SQE1 has helped me getting back into the legal profession in the UK. Absolutely, I feel preparation course is necessary for the SQE1 assessment. This is because if you don't prepare, then you're setting yourself up for failure. You can't wake up one morning and decide to take the SQE1 without having prepared adequately for the exam. It's no child's play, so it's very necessary and important that one prepare before going to take the exam. If you are thinking of taking the SQE1 exam, my advice would be for you to study, okay, have a study plan for your study and practice enough questions, mock practice questions, practice enough of that, and also find a very good material, for example, the QLTS to use to aid you in your study. Then in terms of you, when you should start preparing, it all depends on when you want to take the exam. However, the earlier the better. So if you're planning to take it in January, you should give enough time to study, give enough time to practice enough questions, give enough time to understand the principles. So when you see any question, no matter how it was twisted, you understand the principles and you're able to get the best answer to that question. To be an effective modern lawyer today, I would say you have to have the ability to be flexible. You need to be flexible. You need to be a good team player because you will definitely be in a team, and you need to understand how to communicate effectively in that team. So for me, these are the 3 points or skills that stand out for me. So be able to be flexible, have good communication skill, and be a good team player.